Alex here with a high conflict child custody video on pictures or photographs. I'm only covering a very specific use. In fact, I'm really trying to urge people not to do this particular thing. But before I get into that, I just wanted to clarify this is not a video on the general use of photographs or video evidence or recordings in a courtroom. That's always a great thing because then you're not relying on witness testimony. Judges and juries love that kind of stuff. That's great. This video is specifically for people who think it's a good idea to come to court with pictures of their kids happy. Number one, I don't see this very often, so it doesn't seem like it's a very big problem. It seems like most judges know to take it with the tiniest grain of salt possible. It seems like based on that, many attorneys know not to even try and do it. But there are some judges who seem to get this stuff in front of them, some attorneys who, there's one in particular I saw a hearing video, and this one attorney submitted over 1,000 pictures to the court, and it was just pictures of the kids being happy. And he was just trying to insinuate that, well, since the kids are happy in these pictures, they must love this parent. Don't do this because, number one, most judges don't care about pictures of the kids being happy. It's not that they don't care that the kids are happy. It's just that the worst of the worst abusers can easily take pictures of their kids in a happy state. It's something where what you're going to do is just discard all the pictures that don't show them happy and come to court with the ones that do, and then play off as, oh, look, the kids are happy here. That's really not what they're looking for. And the other thing that helps is that these courts aren't really trying to compare which parent is better anyway. They're trying to, at least not in Nevada, because now we have joint physical custody presumption. So it doesn't matter if the kids are happier at one parent's and not than at the others. The court's still going to award joint physical custody to the parents. The question becomes whether or not one of the parents is unfit because they're abusive, neglectful, something like that. And so bringing in pictures that show the kids happy is quite irrelevant. Again, it doesn't even really work to sort of disprove allegations that you were an abuser or a harasser because, like I said earlier, it's not that hard. In fact, I'm going to post two links to articles in the description below to just show a really obvious example of two particular families that abused their kids horribly, and they had these pictures that were out in the news because everyone was like, oh my god, look at this cute family. I can't remember the names of those families off the top of my head. I know I'll be able to find them when I search them, and I'll put them down in the description after I do the video. But one of the families, it was like a 11 or 12 child family, and they were all wearing like thing 1 and thing 2 shirts, and I think it went up to like thing 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Each child had their number. I think it was in order from oldest to youngest or vice versa. And they looked happy in the picture. Meanwhile, apparently they were locked in the house. They had locks on the outside of their doors. They were chained to beds, like chains like medieval, like they weren't irons. Like it was that bad. One of the kids jumped out the window and called the cops, and the cops went in and rescued all the kids. And the parents right now are facing multiple life sentences or something like that. The other one was a family, it was a same-sex couple, 2 females that adopted, I think, 6 or maybe 7, maybe 5. It's somewhere around between 5 and 7 kids. They were adopted. It was a multiracial family. It was in the news. It was like an example of what can be, a family in America. And they seemed happy. There's great pictures of them. They were happy kids. And lo and behold, they actually weren't happy behind closed doors. One of the parents was abusing the children severely, and then I guess got drunk and drove all of them off a cliff, and they all died. So pictures are worthless evidence. Sorry, let me clarify. Pictures that are just for the sake of showing that the kids are happy are worthless in these kinds of cases because, number one, it's not in Nevada, it's not even relevant. Who cares if the kids are happier with you because you're going to get joint custody anyway. And number two, in the context of somebody trying to fend off allegations of abuse or neglect, there's plenty of examples out there of abusers with plenty of pictures of their kids being happy, and it doesn't mean anything. So it's completely useless. When it comes to judges, I think I mentioned this earlier, it doesn't seem to me that it's a problem. It looks to me like most of the hearing videos that I saw do not involve judges who are actually taking it seriously in any way, shape, or form. And when it comes to like attorneys, again, I only saw that one example of that one attorney. I saw a video online, and he brought up the multi-thousand I don't know if I actually mentioned this, but he brought like 2,000 or 1,000 pictures and submitted them to the court, and it didn't help. He still lost. And it was again, they were just pictures trying to show that the kids were happy in his home. The main area that this ends up getting used, it seems to me, is by unrepresented parents, proper person litigants. And they come to court thinking, oh, I've got all these pictures of my kids happy with me, so I should get more time, stuff like that. The pictures are not a great thing. So I would recommend not using them if that's all you're trying to do. If you really want to try and show that the children are happy, consider bringing actual witnesses that can be cross-examined, but even that, it tends to not weigh very much. In Nevada, the only time it really comes down to that kind of question is when somebody's trying to relocate really far away and the court is forced to choose one parent over the other because of the distance problem. And even then, it tends to come down to bigger things than just pictures of the kids being happy. It tends to come down to how the parents are like involved in medical care, in educational care, stuff like that, like recreational activities, communication skills. These are the big things that'll push a case in a direction. It's not really, oh my gosh, I got these pictures of the kids happy with this parent. The other parent didn't bring pictures, so I'm just going to assume that their kids are going to be happier with this one parent and send them over there. It just, that doesn't happen. It's the whole point of this video is to kind of clarify that for some people. I don't actually get a lot of questions on this in my videos. I have gotten a few in my inbox though. So hopefully this video explains to people why they don't matter that much. And hopefully those links that I'm going to post down in the description below really underlines the sad truth behind it is when it comes to abuse and neglect, a picture is just a snapshot in time. It's easy for the worst of abusers out there to take a picture of their kids happy. Even if they're not really happy, they can manipulate them, or they can coerce them, or they can punish them if they don't put on a fake smile. So it's totally, and that's, for that purpose, it's totally worthless piece of evidence. And I hope that there's a little bit of, I don't want to say, I hope there's some encouragement in some of my suggestions for those people who are really probably going to be upset at the video because they thought that it would be a cool thing to bring to court. What I mean by that is I hope it was encouraging to actually try and focus on some of those other things, like your communication skills, your involvement in the education of the children, medical care, stuff like that. And that being said, I'm going to go ahead and end this video. If anyone has any questions, feel free to post them in the comments below. I am actually sincerely curious to know if anyone here has gone to court and their judge has actually made a big deal out of the pictures. If somebody actually brought pictures like that just to show, hey, look, the kids are happy with me. If the judge made a big deal out of those pictures, definitely put that in the comments below. I'm also curious to know if attorneys are pushing this, people who may have hired an attorney who's telling them, yeah, bring a lot of pictures of your kids with smiley faces. Post that in the comments below also. I'm curious to know, or maybe to suggest, if you're dealing with an opponent who's posting pictures of the kids happy with them to show that they should get custody of the children, maybe as a sort of counterweight or a reaction to that tactic, you can also do the same thing and get a bunch of pictures too showing the kids that are happy with you, just to sort of negate that, I suppose. Just an idea there. From the reason I'm not really giving strong advice coming from personal experiences, because I never did that in my case. I litigated my high conflict child custody case representing myself for 8 years, 6 years till I got primary physical, an extra 2 years to terminate her parental rights. And I never brought pictures showing my son happy just to show the court. Neither did my ex. Neither of us went into that. So it seems to me it's a strange concept to me. So I think I've gone on enough tangents now. I will see you guys next time.